Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
ईश्वर आपको सब प्रकार से सुखी रखे मेरे बच्चों. Let us start our preparation for the second internal assessment test to be held on 31st of July. Be careful about that examination. The second internal assessment test to be held on 31st of July this month. So we will continue the story, his first flight. And before I deal with this story, I must remind you something about those two videos named and appeal and celebration after examination. His first flight की बात करने से पहले 2 मिनट मैंने 2 वीडियोस डाले हैं इससे ठीक पहले. उस वीडियो का नाम है एन अपील. मैंने आपसे मार्मिक प्रार्थना की थी और उससे पहले जो वीडियो था सेलिब्रेशन आफ्टर एग्जामिनेशन, उसका भी जो लास्ट में 10 मिनट्स है वो अपील जैसी ही बात है. उसको थोड़ा देख ले दें क्योंकि मेरे लिए मरने जैसी बात हो जाएगी अगर मुझे आप में से किसी भी स्टूडेंट के यहाँ व्यक्तिगत रूप से इस संबंध में अभिभावकों से चर्चा करनी पड़ेगी तो मैं जीते जी मरूंगा. इसलिए प्लीज थोड़ा फील करें आप. And I'm afraid you must be feeling like that Sisu seagull who had been left hungry on the ledge. You must be feeling like that young seagull. But I must tell you with confidence that sometimes your parents, sometimes your teachers pretend to be cruel. They pretend to be cruel. They can never be cruel. A mother can never be cruel to her children, no matter how hard, no matter how harshly she is treated by her children. A father can never be cruel to his children, no matter how harsh, how brutally, how cruelly he is treated by his children. Likewise, I tell you, what confidence that a teacher can never be cruel to his students, no matter how cruelly, no matter how harshly he is treated by his students. Yes, they put on a mask to appear before you cruel. They pretend to be cruel. Now stop here and let me remind you the story of that young seagull, because my telling you repeatedly about the duels may make you feel sick. अगर उस मदर सीगल ने, पेरेंट सीगल ने उस यंग सीगल को 24 घंटे के लिए भूखा, to endure the heat of the blazing sun नहीं छोड़ दिया होगा, सोचो तो क्या दशा हुई होती उस यंग सीगल की. He must have died. He must have died. A bird cannot leave if he doesn't know fly. So his parents appeared to cruel to him, but it was their compassion which forced them to pretend to be cruel. Otherwise, the young seeker must have died. Ultimately, a bird cannot imagine, a bird cannot leave if he doesn't know flying. So likewise, I may appear to you a cruel being, but it is my compassion for you. So, I am telling you about the bad news. I want to see you self-reliant. I want to see you soar high up in the sky. I want to see you as a young man, as a young lady who lives with the essence of liberty, with the essence of freedom. Anyway, come to this story. His first flight. अब इसमें तुमने देखा होगा कि outwardly it seems to be a simple story that parent seagull are enabling a young seagull to fly. But the core of this story, is that sometimes parents put on masks on their faces because of their compassion, because of their love for their children. They pretend to be cruel, they pretend to be unkind. So this is the core, this is the murmur of this story. Outwardly, this story, his first flight, tells us how parent seagull enable the young seagull to fly freely. But the hidden dimension, but the underlying message of this story is that sometimes parents pretend to be cruel. They appear to be cruel. But parents and teachers can never be cruel to their students. Whatever they do it for their compassion towards their children and students. Okay? So, there are some words and you won't be able to comprehend this story nicely if you are not acquainted with the meaning of these words. Ledge means रॉक वगैरह होता है ना, उससे अगर आउटवर्ड कुछ ऐसा फ्लैट प्रोजेक्शन निकला तखा, that is ledge. The young seagull had been left hungry on the ledge for 24 hours. The sun was ablaze over his head and he was restless. He was terribly agitated. He wanted to have something to eat. Ledge means an outward projection coming out from a piece of rock. Takha. So the young seagull had been left hungry on the ledge for 24 hours. The sun was ablaze over his head. He was terribly agitated. He was yearning to have something to eat. And hunger had almost maddened him. Hunger had almost maddened him. That is ledge. This is brink. Ledge. Have you read the meaning? Something projecting out from a stiff rock, from a stiff piece of rock. चट्टान वगैरह समुद्र के किनारे, समुद्र में रहता है, बड़े बड़े बिग रॉक्स होते हैं, उसमें से ऐसे करके कुछ बाहर निकल गया, और अंदर में अगर इम्प्टी स्पेस है तो उसमें सीगल, समुद्री पक्षी के फैमिलीज निवास करते हैं. ठीक है, दिस इज ब्रिंक, किनारा. So he had been hungry for 24 hours, so he would often come to the kinara of the lake. He would often come to the kinara, lake. Have you understand its meaning? Takha, outward projections coming out from a piece of rock, from something rocky, from something stony, that is lake. And brink. He had been hungry for 24 hours, so he would often, and his parents had left him. His brothers and sisters were flying, they were enjoying their life. They would catch fish, they would show him, they would scold him, they would upbraid him, they would rebuke him, that if he didn't fly, they would leave him alone and he would die. So he would come, he would try to fly, he would come to the brink, he would come to the kinara, he would come to the kinara of the lake. But the moment he would see the vast expanse of sea before his eyes, he would get scared, he would become terrified, he would become panicked. He would think that his wings would not, his tiny wings would not support him, and he would come back and he would try to draw the attention of his parents in a number of ways. He would pretend that he was sleeping. So these were the things. So I am teaching you the story through these words. I am teaching you the story. This board will help you greatly to express this story. A young seagull had been left hungry on the lake for 24 hours. The sun was shining over his head, the sun was ablaze. Now just imagine the mental state of that young bird. So he had been left, the young seagull had been left on the lake, hungry for 24 hours. Now brink, he would, and his parents were flying, his brothers and sisters were flying, they were enjoying their lives, they would catch fish, they would wait, तेज करना, अपने चोंच को ऐसे ऐसे करते थे, वो डॉग फिश और different kinds of fish को खा रहे थे. So he would get tempted and he would come to the brink, kinara of the lake. But the moment he would see the vast expanse of sea, he would become scared. He would become greatly frightened. He would come back and sometimes he would pretend that he was sleeping. Sometimes he would try to draw the attention of his parents, brothers and sisters. This is brink, flap. This is the act of flapping. This is the act of flapping. And ultimately what happened, you know? A mother can never be cruel. She must have felt greatly grieved. She must have felt greatly anguished when she left the young seagull alone, hungry on that laser. But she had always been worried about him. She was busy inventing ways. She had been busy inventing ways to enable the young seagull to fly. She must have known it, that he would simply remain crippled, apahiz, and ultimately he would have to die. Because the life of a bird is simply impossible if it doesn't know how to fly. So she had been busy inventing ways to enable the young seagull to fly. Okay, and ultimately she took a piece of fish in her beak and she started flying towards the young seagull. The young seagull was highly happy, and when she went too close to him, she was just opposite to him. She suddenly stopped. Her wings became motionless. Now the young seagull wondered why she had stopped. But she had been the mother seagull must have been a very wise mother. Now, feel this juncture of this story. The young seagull had been hungry for the last 24 hours. The sun was ablaze over his head. Just try to feel his anguish, try to feel his yearning, try to feel his grief, try to feel his agitation, try to feel his restlessness. And now he can see that his mother is flying towards him with a piece of fish in her way. She came just opposite to him. She was so close to him that the young seagull could have easily caught the piece of fish in her beak, but suddenly she stopped. Her wings were motionless. And now the young seagull had two options before him. Either way he was going to die. He must have died if he had not got something to eat. And or hunger had made him maddened. So he thought that either way he was going to die. If he remained hungry, he would die. So he preferred to have a dive on the piece of fish in his mother's beak. And when he dived, before that, his mother swooped up. She swooped up, and a monstrous terror seized the young seagull. He was flying headlong. But in his effort to save himself, he opened his wings, and suddenly he realized that he was able to fly. He realized that flying was something very natural as breathing for a bird. And his family members started celebrating this occasion. They would shout, scream, and they must have sung in their own language. So now I was here, flap. Let us flap. So when he started flapping his wings in an effort to save himself, he discovered that flying is something very natural thing for a bird. It is as natural as breathing. That is flap. And plunge, to take a jump, to dive. But he would come to the brink of the ledge, but he could not muster up courage to take a plunge. He would gather up, he would come to the brink, but he would often fail to muster up, to gather up courage to take a jump, to plunge, plunge. Upbraiding means scolding, डांटना, फटकारना, to rebuke, to upbraid, to scold. His parents started upbraiding him. His parents started scolding him. His parents started rebuking. They would rebuke him. They would upbraid him. They would scold him for not flying star. We have learnt this word in the lesson. Which lesson? Which lesson है? A letter to God. After his star, Lencho's family members thought that they would die. They would die of starvation. To starve, भूख से मरना. That is a scheme to fly over something. समुद्र के सतह, नदी के सतह के ऊपर में, ठीक ऊपर में तालाब के सतह के ऊपर में जब उड़ते हैं ना बर्ड्स वगैरह, तो दैट द एक्ट ऑफ स्कीम, टू स्कीम. वेट बता दिया, चोंच वगैरह को तेज करना, किसी चीज को शान चढ़ाना, टू वेट एंड swoop up, झपट्टा मारना, ऊपर उड़ जाना. Suddenly the mother seagull swooped up, and curvating, banking, these are the different styles birds fly. Curvating means बहुत बार आप देखेंगे बर्ड्स वगैरह ऐसे करके, जैसे घोड़ा नहीं दुल की चाल चलता है, ऐसे 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 ऐसे, मतलब ऐसे उड़ना. That is the curvating. His brothers, sisters and parents were curvating, banking. कभी कभी देखोगे बर्ड को एक ऐसे करके, एक विंग्स उसका नीचे आएगा ऊपर और ऐसे करके उड़ते हुए देखते हो. That is the act of banking. These are the ways birds fly. कल हम कोशिश करेंगे कुछ क्वेश्चन आंसर करके इसको कंक्लूड करें. एक बार मैंने पहले भी आपको इस लेसन को डील किया था. और फाइनली हिंदी में तुमको बता दूं, आज तक मैंने ये सब किया नहीं था, या अपील वगैरह. प्रूव योरसेल्फ सेंसिटिव, अपने को संवेदनशील सिद्ध करें, ईश्वर नहीं करे कि मुझे इन्हीं के यहाँ व्यक्तिगत रूप से बात करना पड़े. आप जरूर फील कर लें एक बार उस अपील नाम के वीडियो के द सम एंड सब्सटेंस को, और सेलिब्रेशन आफ्टर एग्जामिनेशन का लास्ट 10 मिनट से उसको भी देख लें. एंड बी अलर्ट about your second internal assessment test to be held on 31st July. No compromise at all. हाँ, और हमको आज से निश्चित रूप से हमको वो ओरल टेस्ट मेरे लिए अधिक वाइटल है, मायने रखता है. वो हमको जानकारी दे दो, क्योंकि उसी ऑर्डर में जैसे जैसे आप जानकारी दे देंगे उसी ऑर्डर में आपका ओरल टेस्ट होगा. ईश्वर आपको सुखी रखें.